Right, hello there, people. Welcome back to another stream, of course. We are today bringing you brand new content to the channel, which I'm really excited about, of course. I was thinking about this for a while, of course, but I did have a suggestion on my, comments the other day about maybe starting this, and it's kind of encouraged me to do so. Obviously, we will be doing the championship prediction show, which obviously it would be good to obviously delve into it, the weekend games, of course. We'll be looking at the Tuesday games as well, because obviously there's only three games on Tuesday next week. So I may as well do those now as well, because obviously there's no need to do a stream just for those fixtures. But as I say, we are back. Please, like I say, if you are watching, please smash the likes, subscribe if you are new, and like I say, I'd love to hear your predictions as we go along. Of course, it is really, it really is nice to have people contributing, of course. So I'm not joined alone, of course. I've got some special guests coming on with me today. Two very good friends of mine, of course, who I know we all talk about the negativity of social media and obviously YouTube things, but obviously you do meet some very good people and very nice people on these platforms, of course. So, obviously, welcome on to the channel again. Obviously, he's been on before. Orest, hello there, mate. How are you doing?
Man, big up for having me on.
No worries. Thank you for coming on. And of
Pleasure,
course, it's always
pleasure.
nice to have you on here. But yeah, big up to you.
Big up, man.
And making his debut on the channel, of course, which I really am looking forward to, of course. It's always good to get new people onto the channel, and obviously Ollie. So yeah, welcome on, Ollie.
Big up. Good to meet my debut. Obviously, I'm wearing blue today for Huddersfield.
I like it. I like that.
Yes. I mean, Championship's a great league. I've always talked about the Premier League in streams, but I think Championship is a very competitive league. 24 teams, probably one of the toughest leagues, and I do have a soft spot for a few teams in the Champions League. Obviously, Swansea, my granddad is Swansea there, and Bristol City, and then obviously now Huddersfield. Hoping you guys stay up.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to say that. I promise. But obviously. But yeah, big up to you both for coming in tonight for sure. We're just going to get through the comments before we get going, obviously, with the predictions. But Orest in early last night, obviously saying, like I say, please make sure you like the video. Like I say, it does help with the video getting noticed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. But big up to Orest for doing that for me, as always. Hello there, George. I hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for coming back in, of course. It's always good to see, I must be doing something right if you continue to come back into my shows, but I really do appreciate you coming back. I hope you're well. Matthew's in, evening to you. Yeah, big up. And I appreciate you coming on as well. And of course, hello there to you, mate, as well. Obviously, Ben, who has been in my streams before. Thank you for coming in. And you've done, obviously, can we hit 20 likes before we end the stream? Come on. Can we actually do it? It would be good. But Blue Terriers in, up the town, of course. As always, up the town. No matter how bad we are, it's always up the town. Trust me. The new shirt. I am wearing the new shirt, of course. This is the charity shirt that was announced yesterday morning. It was available straight away.
Are they going to wear that?
They will be wearing it in the game, just for one game, the Norwich game on the 15th of March. So 2 weeks yesterday. So 2 weeks yesterday. So so obviously we're wearing this, obviously raising money for really amazing local charities in our area, of course. Obviously the Huddersfield Town Foundation, Rudy's Retreat, Yorkshire Air Ambulance, and Andy's Man Club, of course. Three really good charities for sure. But I am wearing it, and it is nice. It's better, obviously, pictures, it doesn't do it justice, but when you actually got it in front of you, it's amazing. But big up to you, by the way, Ramsey, as well. But thank you. I know it is really nice, actually. I like the design of it. It's really, 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 yes, I thought I'd wear it for the first time tonight on this stream. But obviously, let's get into the prediction. Of course, everyone in the chat, get involved in the predictions as we do go along, because it'd be good to hear your predictions too. So obviously, we do start with the game Friday night. We've got a game on Friday night, of course, live on Sky. Hull City taking on West Brom. Obviously Hull. Last 5 games, obviously they've won 1, drawn 1, lost 2. Obviously 16th in the table at the moment, with 42 points. But from where they were a lot. Obviously, they were really in trouble at one point earlier on in the season. But they've gone on the run, of course, and they've managed to steer themselves away. And they look like they're going to be safe, to be fair. But yeah, obviously West Brom. Obviously, we know Carlos Corberan, the impact we know him very well around these parts. And I'm so gutted that he obviously left. But look, we didn't back him and he left, and that's all there is to it. So I don't blame him, to be honest with you. And we sold our best players. But anyway, we're going back, and we don't need to. But of course, I've got a big respect for Carlos Corberan, of course, still for what he did. But yeah, obviously, as I was saying, they started very well under him, actually, but they've dropped off a bit again, and actually they have dropped to 11th after the recent form. Obviously, last 5 they've won 2, obviously, drawn 1, and lost 1 as well. So yeah, obviously, the last game though, to be fair, they did win against Middlesbrough, who of course are flying at the moment as well. So to be fair, that's a good result. But yeah. For me, I think that West Brom will win this, to be honest with you. I think they're going to win 2-0. I don't see them really. I know Orest is still in the chat, but of course, I don't know why he's doing this.
Yeah.
when
Every time you turn your camera off, it removes you. It's stupid, yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know why it's doing that, by the way. So I do apologise for that in advance. If you do need to go off, don't worry. Obviously West Brom, for me, I feel like they're going to win this game 2-0. Hull have been up and down, but I don't see Hull winning this. I think West Brom are just going to be too strong. I mean, Orest, what do you think about this game? I mean, it's a tricky one to predict, but I just think West Brom got too much quality for me.
100%, man. Obviously, West Brom's form, past 5 games, 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and then obviously Hull City, 2 losses, 2 draws, 1 win. So I think obviously West Brom will be very confident for this. I think West Brom will win 2-0 for me. Obviously, he did say West Brom manager. We all know him from Huddersfield, but that's the thing. If you don't back a manager, then yes, he had to leave. So yeah, so West Brom win for me 2-0.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ollie, what do you think about this game? Do you think Hull could potentially win, or do you think West Brom will be too strong?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for me. I'm not the best at predicting Championship, obviously, Premier League, but looking at the last time they played 5-2 West Brom, so I see West Brom win this game. They're higher in the table. They're on better form, but I do think Hull will get a goal with the home support. They probably will get a goal, but I don't think it'll be too high scoring. I think it'll be 2-1 West Brom. I think West Brom will win. I'm not sure that would be the right score, but they definitely will win. Possibly 3-1, but I think 2-1 would be a fair result. Could be a draw, but yeah, I think West Brom could win this game. I'm not sure. Grant, will he be playing your former striker?
Yeah, Callum Grant, of course. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure if he plays or if he doesn't, if I'm honest with you, because of course I get very caught up when obviously Huddersfield, when we play, which is obviously clashing with other teams. I don't actually get the chance to actually watch other teams as well, of course. But I'm not sure if he will be playing, but he should be around the squad for sure, because obviously we know the quality that he has for sure. I'll just have to wait.
But 2-1 for me. Yeah, I think. Hull's form hasn't been that good, and West Brom, they're higher in the table. I just think they'll win this game. Yeah,
I mean, just looking at their last lineup, West Brom, Grant isn't even on the bench, so maybe he's injured at the moment, so maybe he's injured. But fair enough. George has said 2-1 to West Brom.
Yeah, he agrees with me.
Yeah, and Matthew says 1-3, so 3-1 to West Brom.
Yeah, I mean, it could be any scoreline. I think West Brom are going to win, but it could just be any scoreline.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. And Rams, the playoff race gets better and better every season. It's mad how teams as low as 10th are still in the running, of course, very tight. This is why the champion is clearly the Prem for entertainment, he says.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I do agree, and I'm not just saying it because we are in the championship, of course, but for now. But I just think that it's so unpredictable, this league. I know the Premier League, you can get shock results, and you can, but you can't. There's no bigger league in terms of unpredictability, and for me, entertainment. There's so many great games. Obviously, sometimes you have that big divide, don't you, in the Premier League in terms of teams maybe at the top, so with teams at the bottom. There's no real competition, like I said, when your big teams come against you. You know what I mean? So whereas in the Championship, you still get two teams, obviously looking to it. So yeah, I agree with Ramsey. To be fair. He's gone whole nil, West Brom 1. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's West Brom are favoured for sure. Don't get me wrong, I'd still take Town. Yes, of course. I mean, we'd love to make an appearance back in the Premier League for sure in the future, but we have to stay up first. We have to focus on staying up first. But it would be nice to join the Premier League again for another crack at it, of course, but we'll just have to see. Hello there to Daniel. Good evening to you, mate. Thank you for coming back in. And you like my shirt. A lot of people are saying that, so thank you. I know it's so nice, isn't it? So, yeah. Let's just continue. Because, we've got the early game on Saturday, of course. This is going to be a very good game, actually. Blackburn Rovers taking on Sheffield United, two teams who, of course, look, it's fourth against second. Obviously, Blackburn fourth, Sheffield United second. Form guides, past few games, obviously Blackburn actually have won 4 on the bounce, for sure. And again, both teams on the back of a big result in the FA Cup as well, which, of course, both surprise results. Well, I don't know if it's you would say so. I mean, obviously, Spurs losing to Sheffield. Yeah, I mean, it's very. I don't think I think I got Spurs to win that one, of course. Leicester. I mean, am I surprised that Leicester lost? No, I'm not. But it's still a bit of a surprise. But yeah, obviously, 55 points Blackburn have got this season, of course. They're looking obviously to get back to the Premier League after 11 years away, of course, which been a long time. And this is what it is about in terms of. Once you do go down from the Premier League, it's very hard to get back up, and it proves so with Blackburn's story. For me, Sheffield United, obviously, they've had last 4 games, obviously lost 2 as well as winning 2. They're 64 points, of course, second in the league, 12 points off the top. Obviously, they've had a very good season, and for me. It's going to be very tight, this one, but Blackburn are at home, and I do think that Blackburn will win, actually. So I think it's going to be 2-1 to Blackburn. I think Blackburn will, and I do feel like they have a good chance of getting up via the playoffs, by the way. Obviously, I'd say probably between Middlesbrough and Blackburn for the Premier League, but yeah, I mean, Orest, what do you think about this game? Because it is obviously a top of the table clash, if you could say so, and it is going to be a really, really good game, actually.
100%, man, 100%. This is going to be a massive, massive game for both clubs. Obviously, Blackburn, they've won three games in a row, which is very good for their boosting confidence. Sheffield United, obviously, knocked out Spurs in the FA Cup, which was. Listen, magic of the FA Cup, man. Everyone says it. It's the magic of the FA Cup. So, yeah, it was a brilliant, brilliant result. And that will give them a massive, massive boost. But Blackburn are home. I'm going to back Blackburn to win 1-0. But it would actually be nice to see Blackburn back in the Premier League. But we'll see what happens. But I'm going to back them to win 1-0.
Yeah, and Ollie, what are you thinking ahead with this game? Like I say, this is obviously is on Sky, the lunchtime game on Saturday. it is going to be a very good watch for me. I think it'll be a really end-to-end kind of game, and it'll be really entertaining for sure.
Yeah, Blackburn, on paper they're doing better than Sheffield United at the moment, but I'm going to be a bit, surprising, and I'm going for a Sheffield United win.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean they're second in the league. They have won one, but they've lost the 2 games before that, and I just think, yeah, Oliver McBurney, Scottish guy, he'll probably score a goal. Hopefully, I'm predicting that. I think it'll be 3-1 to Sheffield United. I know a lot of people in the chat are predicting a draw. I mean, it could be a draw. They're both close to each other in the table.
yeah,
But I think I see Sheffield United getting promoted. I think they'll probably finish second, Burnley top. So I see them winning this game. Early kickoff. I don't know whether I watch it. I'll probably watch the Man City game because that's on the same
yeah.
time. But no, I just back Sheffield United to win this game. Even though Blackburn are at home and they're on better form, I just think, yeah, I just back Sheffield United this game. They're second in the league, and yeah, they want to catch up with Burnley and keep up, stay in second. So I'm going for I think it's a bit of a shock because everyone's predicting a draw and Orest predicting a Blackburn win and stuff. So I thought it'd be a bit different, and I predicting a Sheffield United win.
Yeah.
In this one.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, to be honest. I'm not sure which is a shock, but of course, if you look at Blackburn this season, they have, with their possession stats, they've hardly had any of the ball, but they've still managed to get the results. So they're not a team that actually has the ball much, but they still find the results. So I think that's really, really good, to be fair. But yeah, it's so Sheffield United definitely have more of the ball. So yeah, but Blackburn don't like it that way. So yeah, it's one of those. But yeah. Yeah, it is the new one, like I say, it's the charity shirt, Daniel. So yeah, it is. And Tommy's not on tonight. Of course, he's going to be coming back on to my preview show tomorrow, which, just a bit of a heads up here, obviously back for the previews for our game this weekend, of course. Tomorrow at 6:00. So yeah, obviously tune in for that for sure. George says 2-2 draw. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it like I say. It's going to be, both teams. For me, I feel like we're going to score, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that result. 3-3 Ramsey's gone. I mean, that would be a really good watch for sure for the neutral anyway. But yeah, and draw. Matthew says, yeah, fair enough. So yeah, interesting to see what happens there, but we'll see. So obviously, the next game to predict, of course, is Cardiff taking on Bristol City. Obviously, Cardiff, one of our rivals in terms of relegation. Obviously they sit 21st in the league at the moment, as we know, with 35 points from their games so far. Bristol, obviously 13th, got 44 points. Cardiff last 5 games, 1-2, 3 losses, and Bristol last 5, 3 wins, 2 draws. But one thing to say is that Bristol City have not lost a game in 2023. They are really, obviously that is really impressive for sure. For me, I think Bristol will win this game. I mean, I don't know if I'm hoping they'll win it or I think they'll win it, but I think they will win it actually. So yeah, for me, Bristol win this 2-0 to Bristol City. Orest, what are you thinking of this game? And your
Yeah, I mean, we all Huddersfield fans are going to be supporting Bristol tomorrow. Sorry, Saturday, I mean. So
yeah.
To be fair, it'll be nice if Bristol win because it's good for you guys if you do win for Saturday. So I'm actually going to predict Bristol to win this 2-0, man. 2-0 to Bristol. As I said, they haven't lost this year. So if they do win, and hopefully Huddersfield win, then they catch up to Cardiff. So yeah, 2-0 Bristol for me.
Yeah, and Ollie, what do you think? What are you thinking ahead of this game?
Yeah, obviously at the start I said I do have a soft spot for Bristol. They're my local team, or the best local team to me. I do see them winning this game. Cardiff, you do want Bristol to do you a favour because if you do win and they lose, you'll go a point behind them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So and if Bristol win, depending on other results, they'll move up to 12th. But I see Bristol winning this game. I think Bristol will definitely stay up. They probably won't get playoffs. They could fight for playoffs. That's probably They could obviously fight for top 10 as well. That's probably what they're fighting for. They're currently 13th at the moment, so I don't think they'll get playoffs. Possibly next season, but they'll probably maybe hope for a top 10 finish. But yeah, obviously, yeah, you want Bristol City for you to do them to do a favour. Obviously, they tried their best against Man City. Unlucky, I was rooting for them
Yeah,
in
I was
that
going
game
to
as
say
well.
that they gave
Yeah.
good accounts themselves, didn't they? Really,
Yeah.
of course they were in the game for the majority of that. It was only the last 15, 20 minutes where Man City obviously pulled away, but they did give it a good go.
Yeah,
Sure. So,
and definitely in this game, look out for Alex Scott, one of the Bristol City's best players, and he played well against Man City as well, one of their best players. But yeah, obviously Cardiff, their only advantage really, they're at home. I'm gonna go with I'll probably agree with the rest 2-0. I was gonna say I'd predict every home team to score, but I just don't see Cardiff scoring. Bristol City, good side. And they tried their best against Man City. They did all right. They could have been 4 or 5, so at least they didn't concede more. But yeah, Alex Scott possibly getting a goal maybe. But yeah, you obviously want them to do a favour. So I'll go 2-0 Bristol City. But as said, I'm definitely a Bristol win. Just 2-0 probably.
yeah, and of course I have to say again about Alex Scott. Yeah, obviously 19 years of age, this guy, and I think he does have definitely a big future. You can see that he's a very, very good player. He plays way above his years for sure. So watch out for him in the next few years for sure. In terms of maybe potentially coming up to the Premier League, with an opportunity maybe. And I hate to big up players like this because he's still young, of course, but he does have all the quality. He does look very good, and of course he was the player that I was really impressed with. Having not seen much of Bristol this season, and obviously getting to watch the game the other day, yeah, he was the one that stood out for me. And of course, Naki Wells, obviously a former Terrier. So Naki Wells, just you can just help us, kind of help you form a club, by getting a goal maybe. But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, let's go to what everybody else thinks. 2-1 to Bristol, Cardiff to lose. Yes, let's hope. Cardiff have struggled for goals all season. To be fair, they have picked up obviously, and of course they are at home, so they have looked a bit better at home. But yeah, I just hope they can go on a bit of a bad run again in my, hopefully. But yeah, 3-0 Bristol City. George says yeah. Bristol 2, Cardiff 1. Ramsey says yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I do get what you mean with the Cardiff goal as well. Cardiff could possibly get a home goal.
Yeah, they could potentially, to be fair, with the form they've shown, and they have scored maybe an odd goal here and there, but they have struggled for goals all season, even if they have had a bit of a pick up with goals. But yeah, for me, Daniel says 2-1 to Sheffield. Yeah, you're behind, so yeah, you're saying Sheffield. Yeah, Sheffield win. Yeah,
Sheffield win. Yeah,
I hope Cardiff goes down. Yes, I mean me too. I mean, yeah, yes, I do. I hope they do go down. Definitely. And they've been down there many seasons, to be fair, so they deserve to go down for me. So yeah. Like I said, Orest, cheers for this. Like I said, please keep smashing the likes.
Smash those likes. Come on, guys. Smash those likes. Subscribe. Get this guy to 300 subscribers. Come on.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's support, of course. And Aiden's in. Hello there, Aiden. No, you don't need to say sorry if you're late, mate. It's all good. I hope you're doing well. And of course, thank you for coming in. We are obviously, like I said earlier, getting involved in the predictions as we go along for sure.
To be honest, you joined the right time because we're going to talk about Huntsville. I'm pretty sure Huntsville was next, Ryan.
In fact, it's funny you say that because absolutely. No, hang on. No, we're not. There's a game before that in my running. And of course, we do. We're going to be talking about Blackpool taking on, the league leaders who have just took the league, the league by storm. Unbelievable. In Burnley, and of course, Blackburn currently sit 23rd with 31 points, level 1 points with us. Of course, we have got the better goal difference, so we are above them on that front. And obviously the last 5 they've lost 3, won 1 and drawn 1. So they are really struggling actually, and they've struggled all season. That's why they're down there. But they don't look like they're showing any signs of picking up any kind of form as such, and having the potential to go on a run that may see them get out of this. So That's just the way I see it. Obviously,
6-0.
Burnley.
Have you seen the comment? 6-0 Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, I won't put it past Burnley. They have but I mean, Burnley obviously, yeah, like I said, flying at the top. They've lost twice all season. I mean, they are just, they've just been too good for this league. And of course, Vincent Kompany, come in and really impressed for sure. And shown all the credentials of what, even if it is early on in his managerial career, that he can certainly be a very good manager for many years to come for sure. But obviously 12 points clear at the top. 76 points, can you believe they've got at the moment? And they have, wouldn't be surprised if they get 100 points. I mean, maybe that's been a bit, but I'm not going to put it past them because they're just flying. Everybody that comes up against them seems to be getting a hiding, or they're just losing. Last 5, they've won 3, but they have actually drawn 2 in that period as well. But again, I go back to it. Even if they are at their best, they still manage to get a result, and I think that's the key here. And so for me, Burnley are going to win this game 4-0. I'm going to say 4-0 again. I think they will win 4-0. I mean, Orest, what do you make of Burnley and, of course, Vincent Kompany going there? Have you been surprised by how well he's done maybe at Burnley, or are you not really that surprised with how he was as a player? Obviously, a born leader on the pitch, wasn't he, in his heyday with Man City, for sure?
100%. With Burnley, I think they're going to win 3-0 against Blackpool. Obviously, this is another game that Huddersfield fans will support Burnley because Blackpool, same points as Huddersfield, both have 31 points. So, yeah, man. With Kompany, even though obviously I'm a Man United fan, what a player he was, man. What a player, man. True captain, leadership. You can describe him everything, man. He's like describing Lissandro Martin. Like, Kompany for me was a great City legend. And for me, I'm surprised. I wouldn't say so because I've always thought that he was going to be a great manager, but maybe not a Burnley, but he's done fantastic, man. He's done a fantastic job. So I'm going to say 3-0 Burnley. Obviously, when they came, I think it was for Carabao Cup or FA Cup. They tried, they gave it all, but yeah, obviously we won it at the end. But Kompany, man, what a manager, man. What a job he's doing, man. What a job. But it's going to be interesting to see how he does in the Premier League as well. So, and obviously Burnley got City in the FA Cup. So, obviously, Kompany will be going back to City. So, yeah, man, Burnley 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ollie, what are you thinking of this game? Obviously, Burnley flying out there, and Blackpool, again, obviously at the bottom with us, really struggling for goals and not looking like they're going to go on any kind of run to maybe get out of this, for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're talking about 100 points. I was trying to look at the last time someone got 100 points, and it was 2013-14. Leicester got 102 points. A lot of teams have got in the 90 points in the last few years. But yeah, I do think Burnley can do it. 34 games in, they've still got 12 games left.
Yeah.
And that they could easily, that's 36 points maximum they could get, and they could easily, get 30 points. So I do think they'll get 100-point finish, and that'll be good for Burnley. They're definitely come back to the Premier League, so it'd be good to see them again. Obviously, Vincent Kompany, doing well. You don't really think former players do well. I mean, Gerrard didn't do well, Lampard, but some do. Arteta's done well, Vincent Kompany. So, like, former managers can sometimes do well. I do agree with Orest again. I think it'll be a comfortable win for Burnley. I think it'll probably be 3 or 4-0. I did see someone put 6-0, 4-1. I mean, it could easily be a high-scoring game, but 3-0 possibly. I mean, the last time these two teams met was 3-3 and 2 red cards, so it was an interesting game. Don't think that'll happen again. Don't think Blackburn will get anything from this game. And obviously, another result that you want to go in your favour, Burnley winning, because if Blackpool win and you lose, they will overtake you. And obviously with Blackpool as well, Charlie Patino, former Arsenal player. Not sure whether he'll play. I think he got a red card, didn't he? Yeah, he got a red card. I'm not sure if he'll be able to play got a red card against Swansea. I think that was a while ago, though. That was last month, 15th. So he should be all right for this game. He's done all right on loan there for Blackburn. No, actually, he's not on loan. He's joined there, I think. But it would be nice to have him back. He did score in one of the Carabao Cup games, but it could be 3-1 possibly. it potentially, if Patino plays, he could get a goal. But yeah, nothing but Burnley winning this game, and they've basically secured top already, and it's between the playoffs and second place now to see who goes up. They're 12 points clear of Sheffield United, so I don't see them dropping any points. I don't see Sheffield United catching up. But no, the playoffs is interesting, and it'll be interesting who gets playoffs. And I definitely think Burnley going up, they'll comfortably be in this game 3-0 or 3-1 for me. I mean, as I said, Blackpool, if Patino's playing, I would like from Arsenal player to snatch a goal, but if he isn't playing, possibly 3-0. But I do get what people say in high scoring games, because Burnley, they're doing well at the moment. Yeah, well, I'm going with 3-0 probably, but it could be 3-1 maybe.
Yeah. Fair enough. And yeah, obviously Aiden's going 4-1 to Burnley. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Blackpool Blackpool again. Obviously, they have the same issue with us. They've conceded far too much, but they don't score many either. They struggle for goals a lot of the time. So yeah, obviously, I can understand why. Obviously, I don't really think they'll score in this game, to be honest with you. Ramsey obviously gone for the 6-0 Burnley. I wouldn't put it past this team. I really wouldn't. And of course, Blackpool, and that will of course dent Blackpool's goal difference too. So yeah, even more so because it's bad enough as it is. But yeah, George says 5-0 to Burnley. Yeah, and 3-0 to Burnley. Matthew says I can't see a goal from Blackpool either, mate. Yeah. Thing is with Blackpool, if they get relegated, does anyone actually care? Don't think I've ever seen one Blackpool fan page around. They said, I mean, there is Lee Charles, who of course I do like Lee Charles TV on YouTube. He does do a good job there, but yeah, obviously, it's one of those. And Aiden says, for the games I've missed, Hull 0, West Brom 1, Blackpool 1, Sheffield United 1, and Cardiff 2. Bristol City 2. So interesting scorelines there. You're going for a few draws, and West Brom to win at Hull. But yeah, like I said, cheers for that. But yeah, obviously, I don't want to say too much about this game because obviously I am doing a preview tomorrow. But listen, this game is huge, and of course, we know where we are. Obviously, in the table, obviously, it's 22nd at the moment, 31 points. We have got a game in hand on Cardiff, who we do play that game in hand on Tuesday, coming up against Bristol City, of course. So obviously our form, obviously we know we've been terrible. We've won 1-1. Of course, Neil Warnock coming back. I keep going back to that Birmingham game, but it was a fantastic performance, great atmosphere, and Neil Warnock, what a guy. But and obviously lost 3. And drawn 1. So, obviously, Coventry have last 5, they've won 3 and drawn 2. Obviously, I will have a few players back for this one. Obviously, we missed a few players at Burnley. So we do have, players coming back. Lawton will be back available. Of course, Burnley didn't allow him to play against them, so obviously, because he is from Burnley. Simpson should be back in the fray. Knockout should be back, and obviously Hogg, Pearson won't be back, but it's one of those. So Coventry obviously sit 10th at the moment with 49 points, 5 points off the playoffs. But the key thing is they do go into the game with quite a lot of injuries, actually, and of course. The likes of Liam Allen, the attacking midfielder for them, who's done really well. He's out. Casey Palmer, of course, very familiar name from these parts of Huddersfield for sure. Obviously, he was on loan for us. His injuries just meant that he wasn't really possible for us to be able to sign him because there was just no point because we just couldn't get any games out of him really. Obviously he went back to Chelsea, but then obviously I don't know. Obviously he's at Coventry now. But he's out as well. Obviously, I've been a big fan of Callum O'Hare, but obviously he was ruled out for the season, with an ACL injury, which is the worst injury you can get, of course. Obviously, Ben Sheaf, obviously out with a calf injury, and Liam Kelly, of course, as well, sidelined with a hamstring issue as well. So they have got a lot of injuries going, which is I'm not going to say it's going to be, but we have got a big chance here, especially with these injuries. Pearson obviously is not going to be back in this one. He looks like he's going to miss out, but he might be back for Tuesday. But for me, I feel like we will win this game, to be honest with you. I do. I have to be positive. We're at home. We need to get that atmosphere like it was against Birmingham. And for me, I think I'm going to go for a 2-1. 2-1 to us. I think they will score because they have got their striker who, I cannot ever say his name, Victor Gyökeres. I kind of tried to say that, but yeah, he's a very good player, of course, the top scorer for Coventry, but I think he will probably get the goal for Coventry. But I feel like we will win this game. But their midfield is just ravaged with injuries for sure. But yeah, I've waffled on too much, and of course, you'll hear me waffling on tomorrow night about this game. So I don't know why I waffled on right now. But yeah, Orest, do you think we can win this? Do you think Coventry may come here and, of course, win? Or what are you thinking?
Neil Warnock's Birmingham, I reckon you guys will win, 2-1 to Huddersfield. But as I said, you guys need to get the 3 points now because teams like, obviously, Burnley, who they're playing against, who was against Blackpool. So, yeah, listen, but if Burnley do win, you guys need to start winning points so you can go ahead of like Blackpool and stuff. So, I'm gonna say 2-1 to Huddersfield Town, man. I'm gonna back you guys. Atmosphere needs to be loud and electric like it was before. Support the manager. Obviously, no one else saw his quotes today. He said that you guys let Burnley play at Real Madrid. So it's good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Neil Warnock, obviously, obviously not you, but your family needs to realize that he's only here for the short term until the summer. Obviously, the summer the club will decide who they get for permanent, but. I think Neil Warnock. I think he will keep you up. So, I do think you guys will win 2-1 Huddersfield. But other than a win, I think is a disappointing result. So you guys need to go for the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ollie, what do you think of this game? Do you think we can potentially win this game, or do you think Coventry may just nick it?
I do know someone on my Instagram who does support Coventry, so he'll obviously be rooting for them. But I think I'm gonna go with the Huddersfield Town win. I do think Coventry could possibly win, but I think Huddersfield need the win more. They're fighting to stay up and they want to bounce back. Or kind of both teams do want to bounce back because Coventry they drew 0-0 to Preston in their last game. And you just lost 4-0 to. But I mean, losing 4-0 to Burnley isn't bad though. They're a good team. They're top of the league, so I mean, it could have been more. I mean, unlucky game, and you're away as well, so that was a tough game. But I do agree with all of you. I think it'll be 2-1. Coventry will score. Probably that guy you said, the Swedish striker. He's got 15 goals. He's got 15 goals this season, so he's probably going to score. Obviously Neil Warnock did get a win in his first game, but then he lost. But yeah, you've got a tough run. Looking at your fixtures, you've got this, and then you've got Bristol City at home. That's going to be tough because Bristol City doing well. And then you've got West Brom away and Norwich at home. I mean, Norwich at home is going to be tough as well because it'll be interesting when we talk about Norwich because obviously Marquinhos, former Arsenal player on loan, 19-year-old, he got a goal and assist on his Norwich debut. So good to see him getting a goal and assist. So that'll be a tough game, but you've got some tough games. I think this is probably for your next run's probably one of your easiest games because actually no, Bristol City might be easier. I don't know, but yeah, you really do need to win this game. Hopefully, other games go your way. Obviously, Blackpool, hopefully they lose, and then hopefully Cardiff lose. I mean, yeah, but I mean Rotherham possibly well, but Rotherham a few points clear of you, so it doesn't really matter if they win. But yeah, hopefully Cardiff. I mean, you've got a game in hand as well, so if you win the game today, on Saturday, and then on Tuesday you can go above Cardiff if they lose. So I do back you to stay up with Neil Warnock, as Orest said as well. But yeah, you have to start winning games now. You can't afford to lose many more games. You haven't got that long left. 12 games. You've got to start winning games, and especially this game at home. So I think. Coventry are the favourites, but I'm being confident. Obviously, everyone here is probably going to predict Town Huddersfield, but I'm going 2-1. I think obviously Coventry will score, but I do back Huddersfield, and hopefully they can get the win, and other results go their way.
No, absolutely, yeah. So fingers crossed for this running. It's going to be important, of course, and we'll just stand. But Let's just see what everybody else are saying. Daniel says Blackpool are going down. I reckon. I mean, I don't think they've got the capability. Wigan as well.
Wigan, Blackpool, and Cardiff is my prediction. I back Huddersfield to stay up. Hopefully, they will stay up because you don't want to go down into League One, because if you want to go into the Premier League, you kind of want to stay in the Championship and possibly fight for the playoffs next year. You do not want to go into League One, so hopefully you do stay up.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, I agree with him. Blackpool will go down.
Yeah, I do as well. I said that. I think that they will definitely. Yeah, you're previewing the game as well, George. Yeah, of course, I will check that out. And of course, yeah, we're going to be previewing the game as well in detail, because George does a bit of YouTube too. And Aiden says you've gone for a 1-0 to us. Obviously, tell you now, Jonathan Hogg goal. Really, that is a very rare occurrence. But nice to see him get on the score sheet. Yeah, you've got a good feeling. Of course, at home, Neil Warnock. We have to trust Neil Warnock, and we have to get behind him, of course. And especially at home last week, obviously against Birmingham, we've had a lot of negativity, as you know, from in the past. But the first time against Birmingham, we could sense the fans, the players, the manager were all together as one, and pushing in the same direction. So that's a really nice feeling, and that hopefully we've got seven home games, 6 away. We need to make sure we win most of these home games, because that will give us a big advantage for sure. But yeah, hopefully I've got a slight.
Plus, Coventry on good form. They're on good form. The last 5 games, they've drawn 2 and 1 3, so they're on good form. But I do reckon Huddersfield, if they leave wide spaces, then I think you call them out.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think they've got a few more injuries as well, so they are going. Like I said, I go back to it. They aren't going into the game with a few injuries, a few more injuries. So I think maybe, and we have to. Nobody will look forward coming to our stadium now with the atmosphere the way, and I expect it to be the same as what it was against Birmingham. The crowd will be up for it, and we just need to be really loud and hostile for sure. Ramsey's Town 3, Coventry 2, below Neck, a goal fest then, and up the town, of course. But yeah, I mean, listen, I don't care what the score is as long as we win. So yeah, I'm all for 3-2 if that's what happens. Matthew says 2-1 to the Terriers, but we'll see what happens with the allowance. That's it. But we should win up the town. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, mate. And Danny Ward hat-trick. Oh, you've gone for a Danny Ward hat-trick. Blooming heck. I mean, of course, Danny Ward and Neil Warnock have worked together in the past. So Danny Ward, obviously, they have got that connection already. And I think that you can really bring out the best in Danny Ward in these these final 13 games for sure. So yeah, but I don't know about a hat-trick, but he may get a goal. But Waghorn, I'm presuming, I think so. I think he will miss this game because obviously he's on loan from Coventry, so I don't know if they're allowing him to. I don't think they will allow him to play in this one actually. So, but anyway, he wasn't going to be starting anyway. For me, I don't think he will start. But yeah, for me, Waghorn, he's an option from the bench, but he's not really done much either, so I'm not sure it's going to be a loss. But yeah. And Paul is in. The pressure's on the other teams who need the points to get in the playoffs. I mean, yeah, I know people are saying, look, we've got teams, in the top half of the table, but the pressure is on them, but also the pressure of us getting out of the situations on us as well. So I'm not sure. The pressure's at both ends, really. So I know what you're saying, Paul, but I don't think the pressure's more so at the top end. It's at the bottom as well, because we need to be getting out of it too. But yeah, good evening to yourself. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, everybody's filming with a bit of confidence. Everybody seems to feel like we're going to win this game. So yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, obviously coming up next is who we've got next. Oh yeah, Luton Town versus Swansea City. Of course, Luton in the final playoff place in 6th position, 54 points. Of course, is very tight up there, by the way. So, I think they're only in 6 on goal difference, if I'm right in saying. Obviously, they've last 5, they've won 1, drawn 3, lost 1. Swansea, they are shocking. Trust me, they are absolutely shocking. Literally, I watched them on the other night against Rotherham. I was hoping they potentially would be able to win, but they were, and they just didn't. So yeah, and for me, they just like they're running through the motions, if you could say so, and not really offering much lately. But obviously, they are in 15th place with 43 points. Won 1, drawn 1, and lost 3. But yeah, Luton for me, I feel like they will win this game. I think Luton will win. Swansea, I just don't think they will. So will offer anything really. But yeah, for me, I'm probably going to go for a 2-0 Luton win. I think, and yeah. But yeah, Orest, what do you think about this game? Do you think that Luton will win, or do you think Swansea may come with a win? Because, like I say, on Tuesday, I watched the game against Rotherham and they looked awful. They didn't look interested, really. But yeah.
Yeah. I do think Luton will win this game. I know the last 5 games, they've drawn 3, won 1 and lost 1. So, but Luton are at home, so I am going to bet them. But Swansea, this is the Premier Championship. Like, any results can go either way.
Yeah.
There could be unexpected results that you don't expect. So, for me, obviously, where Luton are, they're 6th, so they need to win. So I'm gonna back Luton to win. But if Swansea win, even though they're 15th and their form has been atrocious, like last 5 games, lost 3 and drawn 1 and won 1. So I'm gonna go Luton 2-1 win to Luton.
2-1, yeah. Fair enough, but yeah, obviously, Luton do need a win to keep in them playoff, because if they don't, they will be going out of it, because it's that time for sure. If they don't win, But yeah, Ollie, what do you think about this game? I mean, do you see Swansea maybe coming up with a surprise result, or do you think Luton will be just too much for them?
How dare you? How dare you? Diss Swansea, my team, my championship team. I know they're doing bad, but I'm backing them in this game. Come on, I mean Luton. I've got to back my team. I know Luton are a good team. Hanno, Coach Corner, you may know him. He's became the Luton fan now. He probably supports them more than he does Chelsea at the moment. But yeah, I mean, Luton are the better team. But I've got to back my Swansea guys. I'm going with a 2-1 Swansea.
Don't laugh. Just believe in your prediction.
I mean, it's going to be a Luton win, but I've got to back Swansea. I mean, they need to bounce back, as Orest said. Their form is off, like drawn, loss, win, loss is their last 5 games. So they really do need to win this game. And if they win, they'll go 12th, depending on results. So hopefully they win. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game for Swansea, and they honestly need to start getting the wins in. I don't think they'll make playoffs. They could make top 10 possibly, but I think next year they should fight for playoffs hopefully, and see if they can do well. But I'm going for Swansea in this game because I'm a bit of a Swansea fan. I'm not a Swansea fan. They're my championship team, but yeah, I'm backing them to win too. I think Luton will score, obviously, but you never know. I mean, Swansea could have a shock, but I won't be surprised if Luton do win. But they really do need to start getting some wins now. They honestly, they've been drawing a lot and losing the last few games, so they really need to get this win, and they need it more than Luton, because obviously Luton, they're 6th. I mean, they could go up to 4th as well if they do win, but I think Swansea need the win more, and I'm backing Swansea to win.
Yeah, of course, Kenilworth Road is a really difficult place to go. Of course, Luton obviously really close. Everyone's, it's a really unique stadium. I've been obviously a few times, and it's a really unique stadium actually, and it's a very tough place to go for sure. But yeah, obviously we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, so yeah, obviously next up. Oh no, hang on. We're going to go to the predictions of everybody else, of course. Please do forgive me, of course. Ramsey says Luton 3, Swansea 1. Yeah.
Yes, Matthew, my guy. Yes. Come on, Swansea, up the Swans.
Luton 1, Swansea 2. George has gone for a Swansea win.
No.
2-0.
Yes. No, he's gone with the Luton win. 2.
Yeah, he's gone for a 2-0 Luton. Yeah, my
I
apologies.
almost celebrated that.
Aiden's gone
No.
Luton 3, Swansea 0.
I'll be fuming if that happens.
And hello to you, Daniel. Like I say, get involved in the predictions. Yeah, like I say, if you are watching this and you haven't liked it yet,
what are you doing if you haven't liked it yet? What are you doing?
6 likes away from 20. Come on, guys.
Come on, man. Get the likes up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Just simple. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Just get the likes up.
Oh, you would. Thank you very much. But yeah, what is it now? So we will go on to the Middlesbrough Reading game now. Okay, then so obviously Middlesbrough third in the table, 57 points. The last 5 games they've won 4 and lost 1. Michael Carrick, what a transformation he has done to this team since he's come in. When he came in, they were 21st, can you believe? And now, of course, look where they are now. It's unbelievable. I mean, Orest, I have to come to you first about this before we get into predictions. But have you been surprised with how well Carrick has done, of course? And, do you see him having a good career in management? But, yeah, I didn't actually expect him to maybe do as well as he did. But are you surprised with the impact he's made at Middlesbrough?
Listen, Michael Carrick has been unbelievable, man. Obviously, he was actually caretaker for United for only 3 games and did, what, those 3 games that we had, he did very well. So, I'm happy with Michael Carrick, man. It will always be for me an underrated player for United, and what a player he was. But right now, Carrick, what a job he's doing for Middlesbrough, and I can see this being 3-1 to Middlesbrough. I really do, and Middlesbrough, man, they just have to keep up on the Carricks and keep winning games. I know they lost the last game, but I'm pretty sure Carrick will try and go for the win.
Yeah.
See Reading, they're 14th.
Yeah.
In the last 5 games they won 2 games, two losses, 1 draw. So they're not going. Their form is not. It's not like when you compare it to obviously Middlesbrough, when they've won 4 and lost 1. So Middlesbrough will be more confident. So I'm going to say 3-1 to Middlesbrough. Yeah,
absolutely. I think obviously Reading for me have looked really. They just haven't, again, another team that are just. Yeah, they're just so poor a lot of the time. Watched them maybe when they were on Sky a few times quite recently, and they've just not really offered a right lot. And of course, I don't know if you've seen it, but obviously Reading may be getting into some trouble with the financial side of things. They may have a points deduction, which may drop them down the table even further. I believe if they do get the points deduction, I think they'll be going level on points with Birmingham. I can't remember what Birmingham are on. Do forgive me for that, but obviously Reading are in trouble with the financial rules, so. They've broken rules, so they could be having a points deduction. But for me, Middlesbrough have been fantastic. Michael Carrick, what a transformation! He's done incredible, really impressive. And for me, Middlesbrough will win this game, and they'll win it 3-0. Ollie, what do you make of this game, and how impressed have you been with Michael Carrick as well? And then go on to your prediction.
Yeah, obviously Carrick has done a great job. Looking at his form, he's won a lot of games. Obviously he did lose his last game against West Brom, but yeah, that's West Brom. I mean, West Brom are a good team. Where are they in the league? They're 11th, so I can't say they're a good team, but it was away. And I do have a soft spot for Reading as well. I used to have a friend who supported Reading. I'm going to go with a shock Reading win. Yeah, and it's going to be a high scoring game. It's going to be 3-2 Reading.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Ollie, I'm not happy, man. You're meant to bet my Carrick, my midfielder.
Yeah, I mean, but last time they did play, though, Reading did win, but it was at home. I mean, again, another game that I've got to back my team. I know, and it's the underdog as well. So, if I didn't have a soft spot for Reading, I'd probably go 2-1 Middlesbrough. But I'm backing Reading in this one. I think they'll win. I don't know. They might get a win out of somewhere. But
Yeah.
on paper, they're going to win this game, and I have a feeling Middlesbrough win. I don't really care if Reading lose. They're not one of my favourite Championship teams, but I'll go 3-2. But my sensible prediction is 2-1 Middlesbrough. I think they'll probably win this game. That they're a best team. They're third in the league. Good manager. So I don't know. I don't know what to go with. I'll go with my 3-2. But as I said, my sensible prediction is 2-1 Middlesbrough. But got back my Reading team.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it is two former United players going head to head. Of course, Paul Ince at Reading and the Michael Carrick in charge of Middlesbrough. But yeah, we're going to go through the predictions of others now. Middlesbrough 2, Reading 0. Ramsey says, yeah. Aidan's gone Middlesbrough 5, Reading 2. I'm blowing, eh?
No.
Matthew's gone 4-2 to Middlesbrough. 1-0 to Middlesbrough, George says. Daniel, you're a Coventry fan, of course, aren't you, mate? Yeah, I've just realised. Yeah, you're right. We got some, but I think Robbins will pull some. Yeah, well, hopefully you can just let us get the win on Saturday. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, rumour of 12-point deduction for Reading due to financial. Yeah, so if that does happen, it will certainly be an interesting twist to the final games of the season for sure.
Points might step down.
Yeah.
Points might go if that happens. The points might go for me.
Yeah, it's gonna drag them right into the mix if they do end up, because if they do get that points deduction, they'll go to at the moment
they'll go to 21st.
Yeah, and they'll go on to 32 points, and that will be another team to chase down. So I don't know if it'll happen. The thing is, things are said, but then sometimes it's never even acted upon, and then you just don't hear anything of it. So we've just got to wait and see what happens. But if that does happen, that'll be certainly interesting.
That'll be good for us.
Yeah, well, it'll really help us, of course. Not that we deserve any help this season because we've been atrocious, but yeah. Matthew says, yeah, that's what I heard about Reading. Yeah. I mean, hopefully they do. 12 points it is for breaking rule in final. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Brandon says 12 and would put them 1 point above us at that stage. Yeah, so, and by the way, hello to you, Brandon. Thank you for coming in. Right, so obviously we're going to go on to the next game. This is really long, of course, I know, but I'm just going to go through these games. Obviously, I was hoping that it would only last an hour, this video, but obviously we will just go over that, but it won't be much longer after over that. But yeah. So Millwall taking on Norwich. I mean, Millwall 5th place with 54 points. Their last 5, 1-2 drawn 2, lost 1. And Norwich coming to this game 7th, 52 points. They've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. This is going to be an interesting game. I think that it's going to be very close. I do think one team will win this game. I think I'm going to go for a Millwall win. They are at home. It is always a tricky place to go, the Den, at Millwall, of course. Very intimidating place to go, actually. And their home form's been very good. For me, Millwall win this game 2-1. But, of course, Norwich with our former manager, David Wagner. So, obviously he's done well since he's come in and really pushing them up, trying to get them to the Premier League again. But, 2-1 for me. I mean, Orest, what do you think this game will end up?
Yeah, Middlesbrough versus Reading.
Millwall versus Norwich. Norwich.
Oh yeah, Millwall versus Norwich.
Sorry, I forgot to change it. I'm not very good with these banners. I do apologise, people. I've already half the banners because I forgot. But Millwall, Norwich.
That's going to be a very, very good game. It's Millwall 5th, Norwich 7th. Millwall's last 5 games, they've won 2, draw 2, lost 1. So Norwich won 3, draw 1, and lost 1. So that is a close form if you compare it to them. But I'm going to go for a draw, man. I'm going to say 1-1. A draw. Yeah. Millwall. The thing is, this is interesting because if Millwall win, they got into the top 4, so into the playoffs area. So Millwall do have to win, but I think they'll drop points. So 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie, what do you think about what score prediction?
Yeah, I've got to agree with everyone. Disagree with everyone. Sorry. Norwich winning this game. Uh, I got a back by Mo Marquinhos from Arsenal player.
Yeah,
Oh my
Arsenal player.
God.
Um, a great debut for him to a goal and assist. And you know what? I'm
Well,
going three.
you're gonna back him to score a hat trick, Ollie.
Yeah, 3-0 Norwich. Marquinhos hat trick.
oh dear. I mean, on a serious note, Ollie,
Yeah,
obviously him going to Norwich, it's a really
yeah,
good move into on loan, getting
yeah.
some
Very good. Yeah,
experience in senior football, of course, and he'll learn a lot at
yeah.
Norwich for sure. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a good loan move for him getting minutes there. I think
yeah,
he'll definitely start this game now. After a great performance. So, and also if you look at Norwich, they've got a better form, and if Norwich, if results go their way, Luton lose, and obviously Millwall, if they lose this game, they'll go into the playoff positions. I think Norwich will make playoffs. They could possibly go back into the Premier League. I think they'll probably be one of the favourites to win the playoffs if they do, but. Obviously, as you said, Millwall are good at home, but I'm back in Norwich. My sensible prediction, sorry, it isn't going to be 3-0 Marquinhos hat trick, but it'll probably be 2-1. I think Millwall will get a goal with the home support and stuff, but probably a Marquinhos goal and then maybe a Pookie goal if he still
yeah,
plays in Pookie goal. But a lot of people predicting a draw. I think that's quite uh, I don't know. It could happen, be a draw, but I'm backing Norwich to win in this one. I mean, Millwall could possibly win as well, home support, but I'm backing Norwich, going different to everyone. Um, and yeah, maybe a Marquinhos score again or an assist, but maybe Pookie might score as well. But yeah, Norwich win for me, I think.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Ramsey says, the EFL give out points deductions like Christmas cards. I mean, just never trust the EFL at all, do you? Norwich 3-1, Brandon says, yeah, fair enough. Another Norwich win there. Millwall 1, Norwich 1, Ramsey says. 1-1, Matthew says as well. Aiden's gone for a 0-0, and George has gone for a 3-1 Millwall win, of course. We are going to wrap up soon, but let me just quickly. I'm just going to go through the final game. Like I said, there is a lot of teams in the Champions, so it is kind of a long process, of course. But we will be wrapping up soon anyway. But yeah, let's get the banner on to the next game. Rotherham. In fact, no, we've skipped. We've done that one. Sunderland versus Stoke is my next one. Obviously Sunderland 9th in the table, 49 points. Their last 5, they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 2. They have actually won back-to-back games, the last 2 games for sure. Sunderland have been a real surprise package for me this season because I feel like obviously they have just come up, but they've really held their own in the Championship and really done well. Obviously comfortable 9th place. Certainly Sunderland fans will be very happy with how things are going up there, especially after just getting promoted. So, yeah, they're doing really well. Obviously, they're up against Stoke, who obviously 16, 40 points. Their last 5, obviously 1, 2, drawn 1, lost 2. Stoke have been a bit hit and miss for me. I think they've had a really shocking season again, even though they are 60, but they've really been poor. For me, Sunderland will win this game and comfortably. I'm going to go 3-0 to Sunderland. Orest, what do you think? What do you think this score will be?
This is Sunderland versus Stoke. I remember they used to win the Premier League, man, back then. Wow. But yeah, I think Sunderland will win, man. I think Sunderland will win 2-0 for me. Obviously, Sunderland, if you look at the table, they're 9th. They've lost 2, drawn 1, and won 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, Stoke, 2 losses, 2 wins, 1 draw. So actually, to be fair, they have the same past 5 records. So I think Sunderland, because they're at home, I think they'll win this 2-0 for me. And if they do win, it'll take them to 52. So it will take them above Norwich. So Sunderland do need to win. So it will give them a bit of confidence for the playoffs because they won't be that far off from the playoffs era. So I reckon Sunderland will win this 2-0.
Yeah, and of course they have got a big following at home. You know, their atmosphere at home is incredible, and the amount of fans that go to watch the games, very very good. To be fair, for a championship team for sure. But yeah, Ollie, what do you think about this game? And of course, if you do have to go, don't worry. But I don't know how long we're going to be, of course, but it'll be probably done in the next 10 minutes, guys. Just to let you know.
I'll just stay on for the next 10 minutes then. Sunderland v Stoke. I mean, Sunderland are 9th, Stoke are 17th. I think I'll go with the Sunderland win. I think they're at home, and they're doing better on form. Well, both teams have been doing well recently. Loss and 2 losses in a row for Sunderland, but they'll bounce back, I think, and they'll win 2-1. I honestly, 2-1's my favourite prediction. I don't know why I always say it, but it's always it's always one team.
You love the 2-1.
Yeah, I know, I love the 2-1, but yeah, I see Sunderland win this. They're at home, and where they want to bounce back after 2 losses. And if they win, they'll be close to the playoffs. So, and Stoke are 17th, so I don't think Stoke will win. I think Sunderland will win, but Stoke might get a goal. I think so. 2-1 for me. Maybe Dwight Gale.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Brandon's gone for a 2-1 Sunderland. Diallo, Amad Diallo brace. Yeah, he's done very well on Diallo actually at Sunderland this season. Ramsey's Sunderland 3, Stoke 0. Yeah, same as me. Matthew says Sunderland 2, Stoke 0. Yeah, absolutely, mate. And George goes 1-1 draw. Ooh, yeah, maybe a draw there. And Aiden's gone for a 2-1 Stoke. You've gone for a 2-1 Stoke. Are you mad, Aiden? Blow my neck. Didn't expect that, but yeah, fair enough, mate. And Tom is in the chat. Good evening to you, Tom, a new person to the channel. Thank you. I like the shirt as well. It's nice. And thank you. Great content. Love the channel. Thank you, mate, for your support. Like I said, I really appreciate those kind words. Big up to you. And it's nice to see you in the chat, obviously. Yeah, it's nice to have new people coming on, of course. So, yeah, big up to Tom, by the way.
Big up, man. Big up, Tom. Tom, big up yourself.
And he's gone for a Stoke 4-0. I mean, is that some kind of... I mean, Stoke have not blown anyone away this season. I don't think that. But yeah, I did miss a game. I need to go back to Rotherham versus QPR. Now, Rotherham, of course, have picked up, sadly. I mean, again, we can't rely on other teams, but of course, I was hoping that Rotherham are still in this. Okay, there's a even bigger gap from us to Rotherham, but I still think Rotherham have got it in them to go on a bad run for sure. They're still not convincing me. So obviously they're 20th at the moment, 37 points, obviously 6 clear of us. But of course, we do have a game in hand on them as well. So, obviously we need, it could be reduced. But obviously the last 5, they've won 1, drawn 2, lost 2. QPR in awful form at the moment. They've lost the last 4 games, and then they've drawn 1 against us, surprisingly. And guess what? They should have lost that too. So it just pretty much sums up, how we've been going. But yeah, obviously. So for me, I just feel like that run of QPR may have to come to an end, and I may just go for a 1-0 QPR. 1-0 QPR. More hope than maybe optimism, by the way, but I'm just going to go for a 1-0 QPR. Orest, what do you think this game's going to end up? I mean, QPR are just a team that have just been in shocking form, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. If you look at the past 5 games, 4 losses and 1 draw. That is absolutely terrible. And with Rotherham as well, the past 5 games, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses. So both teams have crap form. So I'm gonna predict. This is a tough one, man. Tough one. I'm gonna say a draw, man. We say 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw for me. Rotherham, they've been poor, man. They've been poor. Very, very poor. So 1-1 draw, but you guys do need Rotherham to drop point. I mean, to drop points or lose.
Yeah.
So for me, Yeah, if Rotherham lose, then it's very good for you guys. That's
But
for
we
sure.
need to do our job. We need to do our job, and of course,
You need to do your job exactly. Yeah.
But yeah,
So
but if teams can lose, then that's good. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Ollie,
Yeah.
what do you think about this game?
I'm going for a Rotherham win. I think they'll win. Yeah, they're at home. If you look at QPR, as you said, that their form has been awful. Yeah, they've had so many losses recently, and Rotherham doing all right, I guess. They drawn one, lost one, won one, and then lost two and draw one. So they're on better form, and they're at home in this game. So obviously QPR are above them, and you kind of want QPR to possibly win because obviously Rotherham are your relegation rivals, obviously to stay up. So yeah, I think Rotherham will win though. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with 2-0. I don't want to keep saying 2-1. So clean sheet possibly. Although QPR, that I could see them winning this game possibly, but I'm going with the home team 2-0. I think so. Rotherham.
Yeah. Fair enough. Brandon says QPR win 3-1. Yeah. Ramsey says 1-1. Yeah, very fair. Yeah, it could be a draw for sure, definitely. QPR 3, Rotherham 1, Matthew says, yeah. Anthony, good evening to you. Thank you for coming in, Anthony. I hope you're doing well, mate. Big up to you. 2-1 QPR, he's gone with. And George has gone for a 2-1 QPR. And Aidan has gone for a 2-2 QPR, but wouldn't surprise me if Rotherham win, obviously. So, Rotherham, when you're hoping that they'll lose or they'll drop points, they end up winning. So, yeah, maybe it will be the case again, but we'll just have to see. Obviously, nearly at the end of our fixture, of course, but we've got Watford taking on Preston. Watford are 8th at the moment, obviously 50 points. 1-1 drawn 3, lost 1. Preston 12, 46 points. Last 5, 1-1 drawn 3, lost 1. For me, I'm going to go 2-0 Watford. I think they're at home, and obviously Preston, for me, I don't think they're very good away. Watford at home, so I just think Watford will win this 2-0. Orest, what do you think?
Yeah, Watford versus Preston is going to be a very good game. For me, Watford, if you look at where they are, they are 8th. Obviously, the last 5 games, 3 draws, 1 loss, 1 win. Obviously, Preston, they're 12th, so 1 win, 3 draws, 1 loss. So I'm going to say a Watford win 1-0. For me, both teams they're not in form now. They both have similar kind of form. So I'm just gonna say 1-0 Watford. They're at home, so I will say 1-0 to them.
Yeah,
and Ollie, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, I think Watford will win this game. They're at home. It's a bit weird that they're not really competing for the Premier League, though. I thought they'd, be. I mean, they are 8th. But yeah, as I said, they're at home. They've drawn a lot of games, so they could possibly draw this game. Both teams have only won 1 out of their last 5, so they're struggling for wins. So I'm gonna predict my first draw. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 because although actually no, I don't know. Actually, yeah, last time they did play, it was a draw, so it could possibly be a draw again. So I'm gonna go 1-1. I think Watford could get the win though, 2-0 maybe, but I just see it being a draw because both the teams haven't won a game recently for a while. Well, they did win their game in 2 weeks ago, but I don't know. I think it'll be a draw, but it could be a Watford win 2-0. But I'm going to go with my first draw because I haven't predicted a draw yet, so I'll go 1-1.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, mate. So, Brant says 2-2. Yeah, Watford. Yeah. Interesting. Watford 2-0. Aidan says 1-1. Matthew says. Anthony says Watford 2, Preston 0. Yeah. Ramsey says Watford 1, Preston 2, and George says 4-0 to Watford. So yeah, very mixed bag there with results there. Like I say, keep them coming in, guys. Like I said, I do like to know what you're thinking too, of course. And yeah, thank you for all your so far. But yeah, so this is the final game, obviously, of this weekend. Wigan, of course, taking on Birmingham. So Wigan at the bottom, right at the bottom, 31. Obviously, the worst goal difference out of the 3 teams in the bottom 3, because of course, all 3 teams in the bottom 3 have all got the same points. But of course, we are third from bottom because we've got a better run. But yeah, they've got the worst goal difference. Their last 5 games, they've won 1, drawn 3, lost 1. Embarrassingly, the one that they won, guess what, was against us, and I was there and I was fuming. Because they are terrible, and of course they are, of course, level on points, so they're not that worse than what we are. But listen, that game was atrocious. But yeah, obviously Birmingham 19, 38 points. They've lost the last 4 games. Can you believe? Obviously they've won 1, yeah, they're not in good form, Birmingham, and they really have struggled. But Wigan are just on another level to them, even worse. For me, it's not going to be a high-scoring game, but I'm going to go for a Birmingham win, actually. I'm going to go 1-0 to Birmingham, but it's going to be an awful game to watch this, in my opinion. But yeah, Orest, what do you think about this game?
Oh, it's going to be an awful game. Awful game, and I agree with Ryan. It's going to be boring, awful game. Obviously, if you look at Wigan, they're very, very bottom. And Ryan, we do not need Wigan to get a draw or win for Huddersfield. So, I mean, it's the same for Birmingham, to be fair, but I think, honestly, a draw would probably be the best for you guys. So I'm gonna go with a boring 0-0 draw. I'm just gonna say 0-0 draw, boring 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I won't play past
it out. There'll be 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, a lot of people are predicting 0-0. Possibly it could be that because both teams are struggling. Obviously, Wigan rock bottom, and Birmingham haven't won a game in a while. But I do back Birmingham to win. It will do you guys a favour as well because they won't. They're at level 1 points, so they could catch up with you. But I don't see a team rock bottom winning a game. They could possibly shock. Obviously, they're at home, so that does give them the advantage. But I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with a 1-0 Birmingham. I just think it'll be a low scoring game, but Birmingham will just snatch a goal, and it'll be 1-0 Birmingham. Yeah, and that'll be a good result for you, obviously, because Wigan, they're level on points with you. So if they do win or draw, they'll be catching up with you. So I think Birmingham win in this one, 1-0.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like I say, Orest again, keep smashing the likes. Yeah, let's hit that target. Come on, let's do it. And like I say, like, share, subscribe. And yeah, I appreciate
4 likes away. Come on, 4 likes away from 20.
Come on, guys, come on, let's get it up. Come on.
Orest. But yeah, I really do appreciate the support of the people. But yeah, Brandon said tip Birmingham 2-0. 0-0 Ramsey says 0-0 Aiden
4 0-0 predictions. Wow.
Yeah, 0-0 Matthew says 0-0 George says.
Gosh.
I love that chant. Let's get that going on some. But yeah, so yeah, obviously that's the end of the thing. Obviously, I did say that we were doing the midweek games, but I'm just going to quickly go through these myself. And obviously, if you want to predict yours, you can. But obviously, I'll just do this quickly, obviously, because I am conscious of time and I don't like to be running these too long because I think an hour is an hour. Anyway, I'm waffling on, but yeah, obviously our game in hand, as I said earlier, on Tuesday against Bristol City. We're obviously at home again. For me, again, I have to back the team again. I know that Bristol have done well, obviously, but that that run of unbeaten in 2023 has to come to an end at some point, and I really do hope it is against us. So yeah, for me, I'm going to go 2-0 to us. I think we will keep a clean sheet. I don't think Bristol will really score in this one. And then obviously Reading versus Sheffield United. For me, Reading have been awful. I know Sheffield United obviously are their away side, but they're going to win 3-0 for me, Sheffield United. And then West Brom against Wigan. West Brom at home, of course. West Brom 2. Wigan 0 for me. But yeah... 1-0. Yes, so you've gone for a 1-0 Town v Bristol, Brandon. Fair. Yeah, I'll take that for sure.
I think it'll be 2-1. yeah, I agree with him. Yeah, Alex Scott possibly a goal, or
Yeah.
if he plays Wells, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I won't put it. Ex players love to
Yeah.
score against us, by the way, so it never. But I just think that I don't want to
Yeah.
keep going 2-1 because I don't think it'll keep happening 2-1. I just thought that maybe 2-0, but yeah. Sheffield
And then
United.
Reading 2-1 Sheffield United, and Wigan 2-1 West Brom, I think.
Yeah. Orest, do you think we can win against? Do you think we can win against Bristol on Tuesday?
That's gonna be a hard one, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, it all depends on what you get on Saturday. If you get a win, it'll give you nice, good confidence for Bristol. But however, if you draw, obviously, or lose, then I don't know. But whatever the outcome is, you're at home, your fans will be up for it again. And I'm going to go with a Huddersfield win. 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0, 1-0. And yeah, obviously the other games.
Yeah, well, man.
Oh my god. But yeah, Sheffield United.
That chant is fantastic, by the way. That chant.
Yeah, it is. I love it, man. It's good to see him back, and yeah, we'll be singing it loud and proud on Saturday for sure. Final comments before we wrap up, people. Like a big up to everyone that's joined, and of course, yeah, Sheffield United 3-1. Brandon says West Brom 3-0. Yeah, Reading 1-0 against Sheffield United. Fair enough. Town 1-0. Matthew says West Brom 4, Wigan 1. Aiden says good stream yet again, Ryan. I'll be in the preview. Yeah, big up to you, George. I really appreciate your support, continuing to come back on the channel and contributing. Thank you for your support, definitely. And West Brom 3-0, Matthew says. But yeah, like I say, this has been a really, really great stream. I do appreciate my guests coming on. Obviously, Orest, thank you for coming on, and Ollie, thank you. But yeah, Orest, of course, you do have a channel of your own, and you know how much of a fan I am of your content. I love coming in there and contributing and you know, speaking football with, you know, like-minded people, and it's a great little community, and you do an amazing job there. But yeah, where can people find you? Of course, I have put the links to your channels in the description. So yeah, please go and subscribe and show your support because, you know, like I say, great content on the channel.
Yeah, man. Nah, big up, man. It's honestly a pleasure obviously joining the stream today. Yeah, you guys can find me Orest on YouTube, Instagram, same thing, Twitter, Orest Footy, where obviously I just look at people's comments, tweets, obviously Twitter Spaces. Ryan did one as well, so I will create a Twitter Space soon. I just need to plan it and do it at the right time, obviously, because it's way different to obviously doing normal live streams. But yeah, now man, big up Ryan. Obviously, new show. I enjoyed it, man. Brand new show today, so I enjoyed it. And yeah, man, make sure before you even do subscribe to my channel, make sure you are subscribed to this channel because Ryan's channel is the best, and literally his content every day keeps getting better and better. So make sure you guys go support Ryan's channel, man, before you even subscribe to mine. So yeah, big up Ryan for me on. Big up everyone in the comments. Very good comments. Very good people in the comments. And yeah, man, big up the panel. Big up Ollie.
Yeah, big up to you, mate, and thank you for joining. Yeah, I appreciate your support and love for my channel as well. But yeah, big up. But Ollie, obviously making your debut. Thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Where can people find you again? Another channel that I love what you do on your channel. And obviously, you do all kinds of different content, of course, on your channel too. So yeah, where can people find you as well?
Yeah, of course. Big up Ryan for letting me make your debut. It's obviously been a long time coming. You know, you've been on my streams for a while and joining my comments, so it's good to finally make a debut. And hopefully, I can make more appearances on here. Yeah, you can. Obviously, it's good to come on here. I've been on a few other channels, obviously Orest channel, Hanno's channel, and a few others as well. So, yeah, but my channel, you can find me, DJ Sinclairo. I've been doing a lot of streams lately. That's, you know, been helping the subscribers go up. But mainly of my channel, just make sure you watch back my videos, whether you just put it on mute and in the background or something, because I do need to get those watch hours up for the monetization. Everything's done, you know, like subscribers and all that stuff. So I just need the watch hours. And yeah, like my videos, obviously, I've been doing a lot of streams lately, but other normal videos, I think it's been like months since my last video, but I'm seeing Joel Corey week tomorrow, so videos of that will be coming out as well. That should be really good. And going to a few festivals in May, so videos will be out for that as well. And obviously, yeah, we continue to do the streams, so make sure you tune into the streams. And Ollie.Sinclair556 on Instagram as well if you want to check me out on there. And I'm also on the road to 500 on Aaron Anderson Around fan page one, so go follow me in there. I think 7 away now from 400, so go follow me there. And also, big up.
Hey, is that Ollie? Yeah.
Obviously, yes. Subscribe to Ryan's channel on the road to 300. I think you're 35 away now, so everyone go subscribe to him.
33 now because
Oh,
I was in a private chat too.
Oh,
During the live, we had more subscribers, so keep hitting that subscribe button, people.
So keep subscribing. Obviously, on the road to 300, and big up for having me on.
Yeah, no worries, big up. You know, of course, as I said, please make sure you go over and subscribe to these channels and great content, and then you won't be disappointed for sure. I promise you. But yeah, obviously, obviously it's been a great stream. Obviously today, obviously a new show. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, I really enjoyed this show. It can obviously be a long drawn out project, obviously because of the amount of games that we covered, but obviously because it is obviously a lot of teams in the championship. But obviously, I hope you enjoyed it. And obviously, we're back next week for another show like this, of course. Like I say, if you haven't already, like I say, please smash the likes, subscribe, and comment. Like I say, if you are watching on playback, obviously comment. You can obviously watch it back and obviously comment your thoughts on the video as well if you enjoyed it and things like that. So obviously, some people can't always make the stream, so I appreciate that. But obviously you can follow me on my socials, HTFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter as well. I appreciate everybody for coming in. By the way, like I say, thank you to my guests for coming on. I really do appreciate your support as well. Obviously we'll be back. By the way, we'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the preview for our game this weekend. Let's get into a bit of detail about the game, and of course starting lineups and obviously I've done my score prediction here, but obviously I'll go into detail about the game. But have a good rest of the evening, and until next time, we'll see you tomorrow. But until next time, take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye. Up the Swansea!